street, man, making it happen now. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Jump over the fence to go to the shops down the road because we'll miss classes and do all sorts of those craziness. So we used to jump over these fences, and yeah, it was quite an interesting time. And get into trouble all the time. But you can see the kids, you can see the confidence that the kids have, you know, because they have to grow up very fast, you know, because the parents are busy trying to make a living, going to work, and the kids have to grow up on their own in some ways too, you know, and so they need a football to play. So I'm asking the coach because they said that's the coach, so give the coach, go give them to go buy a football, you know. It's not about the money, but it's just giving them the opportunity to do what they want, you know, because you can feel the kids passion. Yeah. And so it's nice. So they call him Mourinho, and I know Mourinho is a good tactician, so I know he'll get the right football for them to win. So do that. Go. Cool? All right. You didn't get mine. Yeah. This is a Christian school. My dad also went to this high school, actually. Ansha's dad also went to this school, I believe, also. But this is where the school I spent 5 years in. After I did my schooling, my primary school, I came here. And yeah, here is where it all happened. This was my first class. One circle. My first high school classroom, and I used to sit right here. It gives you a perspective. It really, really gives you a perspective, especially when I come back. Every time I come back and look at where I came from, where I got education, I'm just so grateful because without this, you know, I'll be thinking I don't have enough money, I don't have this, I don't have that, but I have a lot. Because from what we came from. So yeah, that's it. And believe me, it looks more modern now than it was 20 something years ago. And you know, we used to use, I don't know, chalk. I did enough to get to the next level always. I was very playful, to be quite honest with you, very, very playful. Learning was not on top of my agenda, but I was always very clever. I always sit with the smartest. So this kid I was talking about, Housen, he was the smartest in the class. So I always sit next to the smartest kid. And I did that all throughout. And I guess it's something, some habits don't die because I still do those sort of things in some way. Because if you think about it, what is success? Success is hanging around people who are successful and you rub up against them. There's no need trying to reinvent the wheel. And I think, I didn't know at the time that I was doing, but I knew I just wanted to sit close to the smart one. So, put it this way, the him sitting next to me used to take first in the class, the other one through here, second and third. So I was always surrounded by the smart ones, and yeah, it made life easier for me in some ways because if I didn't know, I just ask. With nice calculators that are also all sorts of cool stuff, man. But boy, I used to fail this like literally like crazy. You can see, look at it, look at how complicated this is, you know. And can you see these kids on a public holiday? They're here studying hard.
What's your age?
Trying to make a 17 years old. Because what typically happens is after you finish your high school, you've done your GCSEs, most kids in the Gambia want to leave the country. They want to go into Europe or they want to go America. They want to go further their education outside. And we all wanted to go. And obviously my dad at the time couldn't pay for me to go. So the best thing I had to do was to come and do my A-levels. And all my friends had left. So I did that, but I didn't do very well, to be honest with you. I think I had very low grades. I can't even remember what the grades were. But when I went back to UK, I had to repeat a year again just to catch up with the grades so I'll be able to get into university. And yeah, that's it. still looks the same. Really, really does. So you had a choice. If you had upset tummy, and it's happened a couple of times, you had to make use of this here. And so this is it. This is how we got by. Is this it? This is it. But you know, Gambia is not like this anymore. You know, our president has done a good job now. Most of the places, you know. I remember when I was growing up, you should see gutters all over the place, and now, yeah, we're getting there, man. We're doing better and better and better, yeah, and stuff. And yeah, it's just good to come back. But again, what I'm saying is that the people here are so grateful in what we have, and back home, you know, we have so much, and it's always a message that I like to give. And I said, with the team of people that I brought here to, for them to have a perspective of people in different parts of the world who have different resources, happy with things, and us over there, we have so much and we forget what we have sometimes and always complaining and bitching and all sorts of stuff. So come visit Gambia, you'll love it. Yeah, that's it, man. A big man. Nina, that's my son, boy. Boy, that's very boy. I'm young at the hospital. That's my sister there, you know. You smile again, like. Wow, smile again, like. This is grandmother for me, you know. Lives next door. Came in when I was probably about 6 or 7, yeah. That's what it was, yeah, 6 or 7.
So first your parents went to UK and then they came back to here.
Came back here. Yeah,
but why they came back then?
Came back home. And life was tough in the UK too, so my dad decided to come back and get a job here, which he did. Yeah, this is it. So when I talk about the bedroom and this over here, you'll see it. Believe it or not, my brother still lives here, my older brother, same father. It's a small house where a lot of people lived here. A lot of people lived here. This also used to be my dad's room too, back in the days too. So my dad actually had this at his room. So then my brother, then me, it went through. Well, I lived here from 1982 to 1991. So let me ask you a question. Why is it like when we came back from the UK?
Yeah.
Because I took the guys back to where we lived in the small house. We shared a bedroom.
Okay.
And sleeping on the floor.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that you decided that? Because there was plans where you had the opportunity to say, look, let's go for a bigger house and do certain things, but you still kept us there in a traditional house.
Well, life is like that. You have to be modest. To be honest, I don't like living big. I don't like that. And this was the reason why I decided for us to live in a small area, so that, I mean, you will have sympathy, you know, on human beings. But if you want to live in a big shut house like that, you don't even care about people. And that's not nice at all. That's not human. So these are the reason why I decided we just squeeze ourselves, so that when you grow up, you'll have a lot of love to people and have sympathy. I mean, it's one of those things that I decided to do. And I took that from my old father.
You know, I'm a grown man, 3 kids, wife. Every 2-3 days he has to call me.
Oh yeah, I had to.
With all his kids.
If I don't get him, if I can,
it still does.
I get worried, you know. To be honest, I get worried. Especially if he says, I'm traveling this, I'm traveling that. I said, oh my God. God, bring him back quickly, man, you know.
Yeah. But no, it was interesting. The whole thing that, and you know, asked me what drove me is I always remember, don't let your parents down.
Yeah, yeah.
My mom always said to me, don't do what I wouldn't do. And that always rang in your head, even though when you had decisions to make, and you know, I hanged around with bad friends, and you're always smart to know when to let go and let them go. And so thank you for that, Dad.
All right.
Thank you.
No, you're always welcome.
For the stuff.
And
you're normally hard on
really
yourself.
proud of you.
He's hard on himself at times.
Oh
but,
yeah, me.
But he's done a lot. He's achieved a lot, and just thank you again.
I don't bother them.
Yeah.
I don't really bother them.